Hey everyone, I'm Klloo, and welcome to the data pack Runechant, A World to Discover, a massive survival data pack filled with magic and mysteries. Experience new seasons as you traverse different biomes, craft and cast powerful spells, enhance your weapons with new forms of brewing, or gain different abilities through trimming equipment, which has also been extended to weapons and tools. With 8 new advancement tabs to pursue, come experience a whole new world. The data pack is finally at a state release, so no better time to start playing and preparing for more endgame content to come. You can find the pack on Planet Minecraft or Moderate, or of course in the links down below. Okay, so we're on to the last section of the skulk crafting. Yes. Funny thing, it's just never clicked in my brain, right? Shulk and skulk. I know they're spelled different. I mean, I've typed it out the correct way. But yeah, I don't know. Weird brain dead. So thanks for pointing that out. Very glad I can now pronounce it properly. So using the skulk forges, we can move on to the melee section. So we have 5 enchanted books to go through this time, right? So sharpness is when dealing damage, smite is when defeating a mob, then we have thorns when taking damage. Well, I guess only 4 because I can't really do the defeating a player. It's basically the same as defeating a mob, but obviously just defeating player. And then we have protection, which will trigger when we block. Yeah, so blocking, taking damage. So I guess this is shield specific. Maybe I should put that in its own section. Defeating, and then just normal damage dealing. Although, you know what? We'll probably do one extra one after, where I just go through all the crystal stuff. But let's grab out 4 different tools. So we'll go shovel, we'll go pick, we'll go... Well, actually, no, I need a shield. Don't I? We'll go shield, we'll go pick. You know what? No. Axe. So it's hard because I want to show off all the models, but we don't have that much great selection. I'd have to just craft over and over again. Plus, they're all different depending on the actual thing. I don't think we've done the hoe. So there you go. There's our 4. Then we needed sharpness, smite, thorns, and protection. And then lastly, a heart. So I think we're up to this one, celestial. We'll chuck that on the axe. I need to remember which one is the blocking though. So we'll go to sharpness. And then the axe. And there we go. We get our celestial axe. And we can do our sword. If I do this way, it should be fine. Except that's the wrong heart. It's fine. 2 celestial items. After that, we have golden, the hoe. So golden. Ta-da. And then lastly, the shield, which we will do... I guess soul. We've seen the fire shield anyway. Done. Alright, so we have our little soul buckler, little golden hoe, and then our celestial sword and axe with their different effects. So chance on attack to trigger, chance on defeating mob to trigger, chance on taking damage, and chance on block. Now, there is that perfect block mechanic, which we'll try and show off. I'll hop into survival. So if you time it right when you're about to take damage, right, the window, I think, is half a second. So as long as you raise the shield right before you take damage, it will always trigger the effect. I think it's half a second. I might have made it a bit better, right? So basically, the particle effect is what we're looking for. So when the particle effect goes off, if we're taking damage, then we trigger it, right? Otherwise, it's just a chance. Now we are... No, I got rid of the luck. Okay, well, we'll start with shield then. We'll spawn in some husks, and we'll try to see if we get the perfect block off. So spawn you in, we'll go to survival, grab out our shield. I am awfully low, so we better do this correctly. Block. Nope, that was definitely mistimed. Oh, we heard the particle effect, so I'm going to say that was the correct timing, or at least we got lucky. I am a bit worried about our HP, so I'm going to just do this. Please be quick enough. Yeah, so he's got like a little particle effect. Oh, that was definitely not the correct timing. That was not the correct timing. Yeah, so he gets like a status effect, as you can see. And we heard the little Vex charge sound effect. Again, when we start adding special effects is when it gets a lot more crazier. This is taking damage, so if we actually get hit, there we go. We do some nice big chunky gold reflect damage, which we can show off a lot better once we're at full HP. Alright, so hit me. Yeah. Do I have luck? I must have luck. Because it's going up every time. We're at all... Let's see if I had luck. And I'm out of eggs. Give us some husk eggs. And 64, please. Okay, try this again. Yeah. Yeah, so I must have had luck. The tooltip was just not showing. Which means that I did not perfectly block. That time I kind of did. That time I did. Although, we weren't hearing the sound effect. God. I'm glad we're basically done with the crafting, so I don't have to worry. That is worrisome. It's correct season, but it shouldn't pop up that much. I do have to work on
the seasons. But anyway, I'm gonna get back there, grab our stuff, and we'll test the actual celestial ones as well. Okay, so there's our axe. Thank you. Our shield. Where's the sword? That's a normal sword. There's the hoe. We're just missing a sword. Can anyone spot it? Oh, it's in this little cluster. I don't need the other item, so I'm just going to go that, and then type equals item. We've crafted everything, so I don't have to go through the books anymore. Alright, but we're on to the funner ones, which are just on hits and on defeats. Both the same effect though, so we might as well go effect, give at all luck, maximize it, 99 and true. Get us some husk eggs. Okay, so celestial on hit. Right, this is on hit? No, axe is on hit. Yeah, it spawns in a little Starfield, which as long as there's a mob inside it, stars should rain down. Should work on us too, I think. Yeah, and then the stars give absolutely random effects, right? Every potion effect is available, so it can do good stuff, it can do bad stuff. It can also constantly do damage, and then the levitation is also kind of nice, right? So it's very random, but has, you know, a decent amount of upside. And then the defeat should be the same thing, but a better amount. So if we use it to defeat a mob, 3 hits, 3 hits. Cool. No, I guess it's a buff on us. Oh, it looks like it's regeneration. Okay, yeah, never mind. It's not Starfield. It is a nice, useful buff for us. Yeah, so we can hear the ding. I think it's just regen. It might be giving me the haste too, which is a good little side into some of the crystals, because there are some that are defeat mobs, and would be nice to stack with that. So why don't we go to our little gem? We'll just do a couple, and then, yeah, we'll do probably another video fully dedicated to them. We want Onslaught. I'm trying to think what else momentum works with attacking enemies. We'll go with these 3. So we'll grab out our mystical items so that we can add all the slots. And we'll just work on the axe, I think. We'll do just... No, well, that's too late now. I was going to say we'll work on both, but anyway. Do that. Let's fully power up this axe and see what exactly it can do. So 1. Oh, I died, so I have no experience. At all 100 levels, please. 2, 3. So it should have 3 empty slots. Perfect. Come over here. Upgrade 1, upgrade 2, and upgrade 3. So we now have an axe with Onslaught, Momentum, and Rampage. What does this do? Besides summoning a bunch of stars, we get a whole bunch of status effects. We KO the enemy. This was not the best axe to actually pick. You know what? Let's pick a different heart, right? Different ability to show off. What color should we use? I like the snow effects the most, but probably not. Soul in the ocean, end. I feel like that's just teleportation. Fire we saw too much of. You know what? We'll go ancient. Alright, so ancient hearts. Grab ourselves a hoe. Yeah. And then the enchanted book. We'll go with defeat. So defeat was, I'm trying to remember, smite. Yeah, because smite is, you know, biblically the deletion of something, is not. So we go that, and that. Get ourselves our nice fancy ancient scythe, right? We can empower it with some seasonal essence, sharp power, ancient eye, and then we can go ahead and add the crystal enchants to it. And now it should have the 3. Perfect. We spawn in our little husk helpers. What should happen is, yes, perfect. So every time we strike, the haste is getting quicker and quicker, basically. So as long as you keep up attacks, you can get all the way to haste 10, which is probably a bit excessive, but cool nonetheless, right? I mean, it's on a hoe, so the damage is not great, as you can see. But that's what momentum does, basically. And then when we defeat it, we get speed and strength, thanks to, I want to say, Onslaught? Or is it Rampage? Rampage, I think, should also be a stacking one. No, Rampage, I think, is a bit more balanced. I think it is strength stacks, as long as you continuously defeat enemies. Again, there's a ton to play around with. And if they have brackets, again, they do different things depending on what you put it on. If you put it on a shield, it's going to do something different. If you put it on a bow, it's going to do something different. But yeah, so it's basically a ton of buffs as we stack up. A hoe, in hindsight, was definitely the wrong choice because it just does not have the correct damage. But we can tinker with it and give it some better stats, I should say. Right, if we grab out our upgrade weapons, improve main hand. And then this is netherite, so we need the ancient debris. I think that's correct. Is it correct? Please be upgraded. Yes. But that's even worse now. It has higher attack speed, but it has less damage. So that was actually a downgrade. So why don't we try again? Grab out an axe, because we know axes do the most damage. We can then grab out smite once more. And we can throw all three down. 1, 2, 3. There's our fancy axe. Upgrade with seasonal, power, and eye. Once again, 3 crystals. Quick enough, you can do it before you pick it up. Perfect. Alright, this should be a bit better with our guinea pigs. Especially if you're, ramping up the speed of the axe. We're getting higher and higher strength. It's hard to tell. There's a lot going on. I know we're definitely getting speed boost and haste. And obviously there's the better versions too. Curious what the cloud effect is doing. Again, it's so long ago, I can't remember all the effects. Ah, that's cool. So it's it chomps on anything in the cloud. Alright, I like that, right? So if we have a ton of enemies around us and we manage to beat one of them, everyone else gets chomped on. So we can basically crowd control like crazy. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I like the effect on that. I can't remember actually doing that. I remember just basic effects, like when you swing, it just spawns not a nice dark cloud, but then anything it touches, and Vocafang spawns on. Damn it! They broke, or I broke one of my armor stands. And I'm guessing I deleted the items. Anyway, let's move on to probably the shields. Although we haven't, I haven't shown off the fishing rods either. So the fishing rods, well, I think they're fun weapons. So if we grab a fishing rod, we can do exactly what we're doing. We'll go with the on-hit effect instead, and we'll pick a different heart. So we want, I believe sharpness was the on-hit effect. The sharpness 5, and ooh, what's a nice fancy claw? Not celestial, we've already done that. Fire is kind of cool. I think we'll go poisonous claws? Poisonous claws. Alright, so the fishing rod obviously looks like a fishing rod currently. If we trim it, it should turn into nothing. That's intended. Yes. First step. First step is actually trim it. There's layers to things. So we want any trim, doesn't really matter. We'll go title. And we'll just grab some redstone. We can do this. These work. Perfect. Turns into like a little shiv, dagger. Right? So now it has attack speed, you can swing, you can hook. But then we should be able to do this. At least I'm hoping. Maybe I've messed it up. Maybe I don't have enough experience. I should have enough experience. I didn't die. I feel like it's messed up. That's no good. Come on, work. Please. 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 Come on. Come on. Come on. No, it's not going to. Alright, let me look into it. Is it not sharpness? It's gotta be sharpness. Yeah, it's sharpness. Sharpness, fishing rod, and a heart. Yeah, let me double check what the recipe is. Well, I guess at some point when I was making edits, I just didn't do it. But there we go. All the art is there, so the claws work. Right, so it's a nice little claw. It sticks out like a claw. You can punch with it. Right, and now it has the proper affinity effect. It doesn't have stats, so the best thing to do is definitely upgrade it. So we grab out another template. Now, it's a fishing rod, so I'm going to say it requires the fletching table. Perfect, 2 for 2. So it now has 2.7 attack speed, 10 luck, but hardly any damage. So it's really quick, which is fantastic, right? Which is really good if you have on-hit effects, such as what we have, right? So chance to attack, or to trigger. Where's our... We don't want husks, we want vindicators. Yeah, that'll do. So spawn some in. Cool, that was kind of a lot of damage. Eh? Yeah, but there we go. It's AoE poison, basically. I'm a bit concerned that we're two-shotting. Let me get out my little guinea pig. We don't need the hearts anymore, we don't need that. We can grab new crystals if need be. Don't need the husks. Perfect, so we want a name tag and an iron golem. And then we can just name it training dummy. And nice and easily we can get ourselves a training dummy. Cool, with no J in it. Always got to double check spelling. Where are we putting you? Front and center. Done. So it's doing 12. I mean, shouldn't. Damage is 0.5. That's quite interesting. He also can't be poisoned because he's training dummy. Yeah, so the idea was you could, you know, hook... Oops. Well, I guess that kind of works. So you can hook hits, right? And... Oh, wait. No. Yes, I think that's better. Sorry, I'm like a kid. Because these are all cool things I want to play with that I just haven't tested. So, as you can see, he's getting poisoned from the hook, right? So I did actually make all the effects work. So, if you have a fishing rod and you just hook something, you can apply the stats effect, which I think is really cool. Yeah. In fact, he's taking a different one because this is a tag stats effect. Facts, yes, God. Things are coming back. They're in here. The status effects that you get from hooking are meant to make up for the damage. So this is actually, this is not poison, right? This is I guess a tag status effect. One where I've tagged the dummy and then my internal functions are checking the tag and then applying damage. So yeah, that's good. Oh, it makes me want to try the other ones out, but we don't really have time. See, there's so much we could show off. I do want to get the pack back to a stable point. I've severely done damage to it though, unfortunately. And with 1.20.5 coming out, it's so dire. But what can we do? What haven't we tried? We haven't tried Siphon. That sounds interesting. We got 3 slots. Unseen is just some sneaking. Stupefy is kind of interesting because it stuns. Sacrifice is a work in progress. Its payoff isn't quite there. Gravity is kind of cool too. I still like Ethereal overall. Don't need more poison. Retaliation. A lot of them you can probably figure out by what they say, right? Retaliation does damage when we take damage. You know what? We'll just go gravity. Yeah. Okay, so we can add the 3 slots again. 1, 2, 3. We can add the 3 crystals. 1, 2, 3. And we get ourselves Stupefy, Siphon, and Gravity. Now, we should be able to show this off, since we have a 100% chance to proc Stupefy. Buddy. Okay, he's not close enough. I was hoping he would chase after the Iron Golem so I can show off Stupefy. You gonna do it now? Yeah. Should be stunning him. I can't tell because obviously we're floating with gravity. And then we're two-shotting him anyway. Take my word for it. How about that? Right? So gravity obviously goes up. Siphon should be healing us. Yeah, lifesteal. And then stunning blow. Oh, no, wait. God. I should really write this down. Blows, you have to crit. Yeah, you can see he gets a little star effect. And he does completely look off into space. Right, come at this guy. Oh, we didn't get the crit. So as long as you crit, yeah, you can tell because his weapon goes away. We get the crit, it basically shuts off their AI, and they do nothing. Yeah. You're kind of moving about, which is interesting, because you should have a ton of resist. But anyway, I have a lot of work to do, basically. Whew. We'll do one with crystals. I'll probably crack out the better ones, the golden crystals, and we can just go through some fun effects on some different stuff. But yeah, from memory, you got strikes, which are just attack. Then you have blows, which are crits. You have the perfect block mechanic. There's lots of layers, basically. And I will have to catalog it all and write it down so people can properly understand it. And then you have like passive effects like Flurry, Berserk, but then Onslaught is also its own passive effect. I think these bracket ones are you have to defeat an enemy, but then Onslaught is a passive one. But it's also defeat an enemy. Yeah. I went overboard. But it's all gonna be fun. I have to look through it all anyway, right? Trying to port over from this to 1.20.5. That it's such a pain. I've started looking into it. It's gonna be headache inducing. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. See ya.